We all know how deeply connected Hamilton is to Hollywood and the world of films, with the American-Swiss watchmaker having provided timepieces and even designed exclusive prop watches for blockbusters like Dune Part 2, Tenet, and most famously, Interstellar. Now, in 2025, Hamilton is collaborating with the video game equivalent of a blockbuster, Hideo Kojima's Death Stranding 2 on the beach, the much-anticipated sequel to one of the most cinematic and unique games of all time. And fittingly, the watch Hamilton's made for the game is also easily one of the most distinctive watches they've ever crafted. This isn't the first video game tie-in Hamilton's ever done. Back in 2021, they created a special version of their khaki-filled titanium, which appeared in Ubisoft's big-budget first-person shooter Far Cry 6, and was also available to purchase in real life. However, this Death Stranding 2 watch is a much more unique offering. Officially, it belongs to the American classic Boulton collection, but it bears little resemblance to the far more traditional watch we saw on Harrison Ford's wrist in Indiana Jones' The Dial of Destiny, for example. Matching the sci-fi setting of the game and designed closely with renowned art director Yoji Shinkawa, it's a much more out there watch. But let's talk about the game for a second. You play as Sam Bridges, a porter/survivalist portrayed by Norman Reedus, who you might know from The Walking Dead. Death Stranding 2, like many Kojima games, has big-name actors like Reedus and Leia Sadu providing their likenesses via motion capture. The core gameplay loop sees you navigate a post-apocalyptic landscape, delivering packages to scattered survivors, while fending off bandits and supernatural forces. But in the games, there's a type of rain called timefall which speeds up time and damages you and your gear. This is worth mentioning because in one of the trailers, we get a close-up of the watch running super fast and erratically, like it's been affected by timefall. But what's it like in real life? Does this mean it will run fast as well? So, first of all, it has an unusual case that measures 36mm wide and 48mm long, crafted from black PVD-coated titanium and featuring 7 sapphire crystals. One primary viewing window, flanked by 2 columns of 3 smaller windows arcing down each side of the case. This gives the watch an intriguing 3-dimensional quality, with the dial visible from multiple angles, and providing a sense of airiness which disguises the watch's notable wrist presence. A matte central dial section is flanked by textured edges which resemble tar, a mysterious tar being one of the hazards for the player in Death Stranding 2. A skeletonized hour and minute hand revolve around the dial, with an oversized orange seconds hand and index at 12 o'clock, providing 2 pops of contrast. Under the hood, you'll find the caliber H10, Hamilton's version of the Swatch Group's ubiquitous Powermatic 80 movement, offering an 80-hour power reserve and a Nivicron balance spring for extra resistance to magnetic fields, temperature changes, and shocks. A Death Stranding 2 logo adorns the exhibition caseback, with inky tar details flanking the movement. The Hamilton American Classic Boulton Death Stranding 2 Limited Edition, to use its full name, is completed by a broad-link PVD titanium bracelet, and is water-resistant to 50 metres. Perhaps slightly less than you'd expect for a watch designed to survive the apocalypse, but likely a concession to facilitate its complex crystal structure. Now, here's the thing. Death Stranding connection aside, I think this is just a very cool looking timepiece. If you're watching this video, there's a good chance you're already a fan of, or at least are familiar with, Death Stranding, Hideo Kojima, or video games more broadly. However, I think this Death Stranding 2 collab is an interesting watch for even those who aren't avid gamers. It's distinctive and architectural, yet is also a reasonably affordable statement piece. But what do you think? Do you have to be a fan of the game to get excited by this Hamilton? Let me know in the comments. The Hamilton American Classic Boulton Death Stranding 2 is a limited edition of 2,000 pieces and will be available from June 26, 2025, the same release date as Death Stranding 2 on the beach, and it retails for $1,595 US. Now, if you enjoyed this watch review, or want to see more of this sort of thing, please consider subscribing to our YouTube channel if you haven't already, as it's the best way to support us. Until next time, don't be a stranger.